Okay, good afternoon, penny stock billionaires. We got a lot of exciting action in the markets today. So I want to tell you about 4 stocks that are right now being positioned for, I think we're going to see some massive moves. And those are Visby, Visibility Group, VSBGF, RHT, Reliq right now. Fans Unite, and of course, ESE Entertainment. Okay, so let's jump right into what's happening. Let me just pull up the charts. And here we go. Okay, so RHT, I think we've basically seen, this is the bottom here. This is the base. It's something we've been talking about for a little while. I'm pretty sure this is it. I mean, the stock is stabilized right here, and we're going to be in a good position to catapult from these levels to new highs. So it's got to break above this 87-cent moving average short term. Let's look at the one-day chart. As you can see, it's kind of testing. It's testing the support at the 50-day moving average, which is 81 cents. So I think they're kind of testing it right here. But I believe this is the base. This is it. And next week we're probably going to close up these gaps that you see between here and 88 cents. And then the stock, it's going to take it a little while. It's going to take about 5-10 days so that it can build a nice base and retake new highs. I think we're going to see 250 minimum by December. Okay, let's go into what's happening with ESE. Again, this stock is in momentum mode. You had the CEO on today. We had Conrad on just about an hour ago, and no, it was 2 hours ago almost. And look, he gave you the scoop. Companies right now tracking 25 million revenue run rate. That's pretty much what they're at, and it's accelerating. And the guy so far he's delivered. He said he's going to do 100 million run rate. I think he's going to do it, and he's delivered. The quarterly numbers are in. Massive increase, up 500% almost, quarter over quarter. And again, once these guys hit, I believe the big catalyst is once they do 50 million, once they do pick up one or two more acquisitions, I think people are going to realize it. Then they're going to get it. And I think at that point, this is going to be I think at that point, the stock is going to go parabolic. It's going to go way beyond $4. It's going to go probably crazy. It's probably going to go to like $10, $12, like we've seen with certain stocks like Peak FinTech, one of our former next super stocks, right? So, hey, this is what happens. This is what this is about. We've every one of our 10 baggers, 50 baggers, 20 baggers, they all started going parabolic, and the market is forward looking. So this thing is starting to move now based on what the market is starting to understand about ESE. So I'm not going to be surprised if ESE hits 250 within, it could happen very quickly. I mean, if you look at the past, what's happened, when the thing starts moving, it moves very, very quickly. So again, my short-term target on ESE is $2.50, 250. That's kind of where we're going to see the first level of real resistance. And after that, once it breaks 250, we could see this thing track $4 plus. So ESE is definitely right now, again, it broke out of that moving average, and it's built a massive base over the last 6 months plus. You're looking at this chart, you can kind of see what's happening. This thing is starting to take off. I mean, it's already broke out of that moving average. And next week, I think we're going to see this thing really solidify its position. So, next week, target for next week, $1.75 plus. I don't think we're going to get to $1.50 today. I know that Michael said we're going to be $1.50 plus today. I don't think we're going to be $1.50 today on ESC, but next week I am very, very certain. Okay, so what other big movers do we have for next week? Fans Unite. Right now, Fans is starting to move. I think we're getting a really nice setup for next week. You know, this chart again, very similar. This looks very similar to what you're seeing with ESC. And again, I think this thing is, once this thing moves, it's going to double very, very quickly. So I think we could see, you know, $1.50 very soon. So the resistance in Fans is going to be kind of in this $1.25, $1.25, $1.50 range. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I think $1.25 range. Once it breaks out of there, this thing is really going to move. Again, iGaming, sports betting, esports, this whole digital entertainment space is really, really going to be, I mean, it's already one of the hot themes right now. Sports betting, everybody knows about it, but this is going to be the dominant theme, I believe, for the next 6 months. You know, as we get into the NFL season starting right now, you're going to, again, you're getting basically free promotion, free publicity from all these companies like DraftKings and all these guys advertising, you know, on, you know, partnering with the NFL, all that other stuff. So sports betting stocks is going to become very ingrained in investors' minds. So you want to be riding that big trend. You're getting free publicity, free marketing from companies like Penn, DraftKings, etc. Massive deals happening right now. So anyway, this chart is looking real good. Let's jump into the short term 1 hour. Yeah, it's a really nice setup. The next level of resistance, I would say, is 90 cents. Fans needs to get back above 90 cents. I think it'll happen by Monday, and it's going to be, you know, game on. Again, those of you who know the stock for a while, Fans is one of these quirky stocks. It kind of does a lot of fake outs, but once it moves, it really moves. So long term, the trend is, you know, it's on. Visby, another one. Look at this beautiful chart. This is the short-term 1 hour chart. Again, you're getting this beautiful pennant, the setup here. This thing is ready to catapult off of this 80 cents. I think we're going to see new highs next week. I'm actually, I don't want to say certain. There's no such thing as certainty with stocks. There's high probability. And I would say there's a very, very high probability that this thing is going to blast off from this base that it's built up over here at 80 cents and blast off into new highs. Now, we're going to have Jay. He's going to be doing a live stream with us. I think it's next week. I got to check my calendar here. Let me see my calendar. Yeah, he's going to be on. Sorry, this is actually upside down. Yeah, Jay is going to be on Thursday. So next Thursday, Jay is going to be on. I believe he's in Latin America right now. So he is, I hope he doesn't get kidnapped in Mexico. No, I know he's not going to get kidnapped because I know they got that high security visibility stuff, all the high tech stuff there. And so he's going to be okay. But we're going to be doing a live stream with Jay coming to us live from somewhere in Latin America, Mexico, probably. And again, Visby, beautiful position for a massive move next week. That's what this chart is telling us. And again, let's go through into the last 15 minutes. What we got happening is RHT. Again, really nice setup. Again, you got this base here, and let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look at the 1 day chart. So, you know, it's touching this support here that it has in this 50-day moving average. Probably, look, I think that basically what you've seen here is a fake out, kind of to shake some people out. You had a massive move in RHT in less than a month. I mean, it basically tripled. It went from, you know, 45 cents to $1.25. So it is very normal for this thing to be just taking a nice little 50% retracement, which is very typical and I think very healthy for these Canadian stocks to do. Just to give you an idea of where this thing can go. No, so wrong chart. This is VSBGF, RQHTF. So let me pull up the US chart. Okay, so again, this is the US chart. And as you can see, look, Reliq has been making higher highs and the lows have been higher. So in reality, we've been getting this uptrend. This is what's going on, right? So the next move up, the next peak, I believe is going to be significantly higher. It's probably going to be in this, $1.50 US range, maybe a little bit higher. And that'll be close to $2 Canadian. I think we'll get there by November, roughly. So roughly 6 weeks from now, I think we're going to see that happen. Fans Unite, again, this is minimum at this point. We built such a long base, $354. Fans Unite. And let's see, what else do we have moving right now? Great setups for next week. We got, let's go back to the ESE story. Again, what you're looking at right now is essentially kind of like that, that rocket taking off. Or really, because you have this like base, it's almost like a jet taking off. It's going down the runway, and then it starts accelerating, and then people really notice the acceleration, when the plane is, 5,000 feet off the ground. But right now, ESC is already, the wheels are off the ground already. This thing is taken off. It's like probably 1,000 feet off the ground. So I think people are going to notice ESC once it hits $1.50 or so, $1.40. That is when you're going to have the FOMO buyers coming in, the momentum buyers coming in. Okay, so what's going on with these guys? Yeah, let's take a look. So Raya, okay, so Raya had a big pop a couple days ago, right? When we first announced it. And of course, with this stock, you got a lot of penny flippers. It's traded millions of shares, and it's, I don't know who these people are that trade stocks to make 2-3 cents. But actually, look, I mean, if you're making a nickel or 4 cents, percentage-wise, it's a lot if you're trading 100,000 shares or whatever. Of course, look, we're here to make 10x to 100x, not to make a couple pennies. So this thing is actually looking very bullish for next week. This chart is looking good. Again, I said not a lot of data on this chart yet. It's this thing has only started trading recently, so this is not a lot of data, but you can see we're above the moving average, so the momentum is on. It's definitely in momentum mode. I'm assuming they're going to have some news next week. I'm pretty sure they're going to have news next week. They're going to have some action because they'll I don't know if I could say this or not, but pretty much I'm telling companies these days, hey, if you're going to join our platform, you better have news within the first week, and you're going to have you better have that news coming out. We got to have that news momentum. Otherwise, that's the whole idea, inflection point, right? So they said they would have it, they would do it. So that's it. So that is what we are going to be seeing. Yes, Visby, very bullish. Jay will be on Thursday, 12:30 Eastern time, I believe. Project X. No, I never said it's plant-based. We do have Project X still in the works. Raya is not the Project X. We do have a couple of things vaguely adjacent to plant-based that I think could be very big that are kind of brewing. But By the way, Raya is not, I wouldn't call Raya a plant-based. Raya is a, it's really a med tech play. It's not a cannabis. It's not a this. It's a med tech story. And the idea there is, there's an opportunity to build a $1 billion med tech business with great IP. This guy, Visby, yes, ESE. Moon. Oh, hey, where are they at though? Oh, we haven't seen this guy in a long time. We haven't seen this guy in a very long time. I guess he's on vacation. Is he talking about? I'm not sure. Are you talking about ESC or which stock you're talking about? I don't know, because I know you were in a couple of the big stocks. I think Fans is going to be 250, 220 within a few months. I'm fairly certain. So yeah, yes, ESC $1.50. I think you're gonna have to wait till next week. It's gonna take a couple of days here. What else is moving? We got a Logiq right now, setting up really nicely. This is the 1-day chart we're looking at, and you can kind of see what's going on. It's kind of building. It's kind of like it had a very difficult couple of months with that financing. It kind of cratered, and now it's been digging its way out of that hole, and it's above the moving average. You got this MACD indicator about to go bullish, so I think next week could be very positive for Logiq. Again, it's 350 now. We introduced it last year at 350 this time. It went to 14 bucks. I think it's going to do it again. So, the downside is minimal here. I think your downside risk is probably, I would say, I don't see it going below $3. So you're risking 50 cents to make $10 roughly. 20 to 1 payoff, 20 to 1. I think that's pretty good. Let's see what else we got cranking right now. What's going on with the Raya volume? Yeah, a little bit less volume today. A lot of people loaded in that stock, and look, what happens is when we introduce a company, a lot of people just jumping crazy. Then there's a lot of people who are taking like a wait and see approach. They want to see, hey, what's going to happen with this? Is there going to be news? And I think we're going to see that next week. There we go. It's time to make billions again. Yeah, this is the thing, man. Because this guy was on vacation. That is why, the summer was slow, because we didn't have that momentum coming from where they at though, and a lot of people were off. So they are all back, and I think we're going to see some really exciting things in the markets coming up. Okay, so I'm doing a close-up here. Take a look at this ESE chart right now. Here's what's interesting. Look at this volume. Look at this volume. Have you noticed the volume today is even higher than it was yesterday? And yesterday was a key breakout day. These stocks, it's like physics, right? It takes a massive amount of energy. To break through like a psychological resistance or price point, like that moving average. A 50-day moving average, it takes a lot of energy to break through that. Last time you saw ESC attempted to do it back in June 28th. It tried to do it, couldn't quite make it. And you saw what happened. Now it is definitively above that moving average on big volume, increasing volume. So that is a positive indicator. And again, let me just highlight this. The last time ESC broke above the moving average, the stock went from 25 cents, call it, to over $4. So, you know, when it makes a definitive close above that moving average, you can see, you know, some massive moves. So this thing. So let's recap stocks that are set up for, I think, big moves next week. Nicely positioned. We get RHT. Again, this thing is it's been a little quiet here, but I think next week you're going to see a turnaround. The chart is not saying that. I mean, maybe you can look at this 1 hour chart, kind of give you an idea. So this thing is catching its breath. You got Visby in a massive position, and we're above the moving average. We're going to be breaking out of this pennant formation, I believe. Again, nothing here is advice. I'm just giving you kind of chart opinion. And once we break above here, probably it's going to go to, like, I would say $1.10. Next week is going to be, I think, very exciting to watch. I think once this thing goes above 90 cents, it's going to, you know, touch the $1.10 range. You know, it should be very interesting. And again, we get the fans, which is looking really good for next week. Let me do this 1 day chart. Bouncing above this moving average. And what else do we got going on here? Whoa! Oh my God, this guy's quite the day trader. You got into this at 288. If you know, oh, did it 5 Canadian? It went to 5 Canadian. I didn't even, you know, I don't look at the Canadian quotes really. I'm looking at the US. I didn't even know that it went to 5 Canadian. So Logiq LGIQ on the Neo exchange. So you doubled the money. I'm assuming you did this in this TFSA account, so it's tax free. Yeah. Yeah, I think Logiq is actually going to be ready for another nice run here. Reliq is looking really good. Let's see, what do we got here? And okay, here we are. Last minute to go with ESE. Massive volume today. I think this is the biggest volume we have had in 6 months. Over 6 months, which is very positive. And what are we closing at? We're going to close at about $1.34, looks like. So, Michael, I'm sorry we didn't get to $1.50. Next week, I think, is going to be $1.50. Visby rocketing into the close, closing towards at the highs of the day. Visby could be breaking out here. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. Yeah, this thing is looking pretty bullish. So, there you go. This is the chart to watch. This really shows you that pennant I was talking about, but in a little more granular and a tighter focus. So again, right now, Visby is in a beautiful position to go significantly higher into next week. Logiq, same thing, 15-minute chart, really nice. ESE, so we closed, you know, near the highs of the day. Was it $1.33? Not bad at all. Massive volume, again, that is the key thing to look at here. Really nice volume. Let's see what kind of follow through next week. Fans Unite, we're closed at 85 cents. Very nice. I get a feeling it's going to take fans a little while to get this thing going, but when it gets going, it will get back to that 250 range. And of course, RHT, 81 cents. So not bad. I think, again, RHT next week, I think you're going to see that turnaround Monday is going to be the deal there. All right. I actually didn't know that Logiq was $5 Canadian. I didn't. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so that is very good. It's a nice run there. So you basically almost doubled your money in a few weeks. It doesn't get better than that. But I think next week we're going to see some big things happening. Okay, Thursday. Actually, I gotta get. Yeah, they might. It's interesting. They might have some news. I'd like to get Lisa on next week. I'm gonna make a note here. So next week we got Visby on the schedule. I want to get Lisa. I want to get Logiq on next week. So we're gonna have a pretty busy week. I think next week we should have some decent action there. Let's see what else. Anything post close? That's it. Okay. All right. So I think we had a pretty decent week. Things are looking very bullish for next week. Again, for Visby, RHT, Fans Unite, ESE. I think our big movers next week. If I had to put my money on two of the biggest movers, probability wise, Visby and ESE. I would say those are going to be like rockets, into next week. And Raya, I'm going to be on the lookout for news. If there's news next week, some serious news, I think you're going to see Raya move. It needs to break out of that 15 cents. I have a feeling that once it breaks that 15 cents, it's going to be moving like any of our, a lot of these stocks, it takes them a while to break that. Like there's some psychological number, and once they break it, that's when these things like double or triple. So that's going to be the thing. Okay. Thank you again, and I will see you all next week's live stream. Have a fantastic weekend.